Okay. Alright guys, I am officially here. Not super late for once, which is exciting. Although I just realized I definitely forgot to to post on my Discord that I was live, so hold on. I thought I was so ahead today. Not quite, not quite. But we're gonna be doing horns and spiky things today. So if anybody wants to sketch along, go get a sketchbook and a pencil, or you know, whatever you've got to draw on, or just watch and hang out, that's fine too. But I always encourage folks to join in. I think it's kind of fun to have accountability while I do this. So thanks for joining me. Working on, like I said, dragon bits and leading up to next Wednesday. So Saturday, for those who don't know, is Year of the Dragon. I will be at work, so I won't be able to stream, probably. But yeah, I don't have any extra special streams planned this week like we did for Dinosaur Week, but all my warm-ups are going to be, like, dragon-focused, right? So we're gonna, like, bits of dragons. We did wings yesterday. We did, like, mostly bat wings and a few, like, insect wings. We did feathered wings last week, or the week before, so I didn't really... We did a lot of birds last week. So I didn't practice those on stream yesterday, but I highly encourage it. We're going to be designing a dragon on next Wednesday, not this Wednesday. But it'll be fun. So let's do some spikes and horns and things. Here we go. Yeah, I think that's good. So let's get started. Oh, hey, Legum Core, how are you? Let's see, I have my water. Okay. I was taking screenshots of various dragony things. This is definitely more dragon than dinosaur. That's okay. Wait. Where'd my thing go? Hold on. Did I just close everything? Shoot. Oh, well there's that one, but that's not what I was trying to open. I hope I saved that. Oh, phew, okay. Got a little nervous there for a second. Alright, so I pulled up a bunch of references. I planned ahead, got all my references organized for once, ahead of time. So honestly, I think I'm just going to take various screenshots of this page and post them in the Discord, because I don't think I'm gonna spend a lot of time. Well, I don't know, we'll see. I might do some detailed ones. Oh yeah, I was also screenshotting these to make a post eventually. Okay. Feathered Packy. There we go. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone's Tuesday starting off? Hopefully good. Look at these dropped. My soul, the 16 as long as you can. Oh, I already posted a screenshot. You know what? These are already all in Discord. I totally forgot I did that. I'm just gonna post the other one I did, because I was gonna look up, like, and we may still look up some prehistoric, you know, prehistoric horns. Like, you know, like there's a lot of animals that had, not just dinosaurs, but like there's animals that had like horns and spines and all kinds of things, so. But I just didn't want to spend too much time looking up even more reference. So let's get started on these. I've already done some of these actually. I think we did Kudo last week. But yeah, I like the variety in like rhino horns, and some of these horns, there's like, if you look up like horn mutation or like horn, like abnormal horns, you get some like, I found some rhinos that had like 2 horns coming out of 1 horn root, which is crazy. Triceratops. Yes, yes. But yeah, so if you want to look up more stuff, feel free. But these are the ones I'm going to be working from today. Let me find this pronghorn. There you are. Just a little overlappy, my friend. Okay. Now let's just merge. Let's see. Merge? 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 No, it's not letting me merge. Control E. Oh, that's what I have to do. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, everything's merged. Cool. Now all my references on one layer, and gosh darn it, I'm gonna try really hard to keep it that way, guys. So references all there, and we're making a new layer for sketching. It'll be fine. We're gonna do it. We're gonna be organized artists today. So obviously these are gonna be really small sketches, just some quick horn studies. I'll probably color something at some point, but I just want to like practice some of these like fun shapes I'm seeing. I feel like a lot of these would make really fun dragony bits. And I also want to pay attention to like where they're coming out on the head. So like, you know, with the pronghorn, it's like right above the eyeball. If over here, it's like more on the brow of the nose kind of thing. So I may draw parts of the animals' heads and stuff, but let's get started. So we're gonna make a little tiny guy. We're gonna kind of just get going. And just kind of like what we talked about when we were doing horns the first time, right? You kind of, like what I'm imagining is these lines continuing, right? So this is like a straight piece that someone just twisted almost. But you can follow the line, like the top of the horn is right there. So like it starts here on top, kind of goes around the back, it's on top over here. And so that can kind of help you figure out like what pieces go where. So instead of just worrying about like complexity of shape, just try to follow some lines, guys. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. Speaking of dragons, I recently learned that the head on Asian dragons... Oh really? I did not know that about them. We'll have to draw camels sometime. I don't actually know if I've ever drawn a camel. I think I've drawn a llama. It's like a camelid. Huh. I do like this really big shape right here. And the slight curvature, it reminds me of a bighorn sheep, right? Because it's got the lines that kind of branch opposite directions. Take some time. Just things to note. You can incorporate obviously whatever you want into your dragon design whenever you do it, but I like the idea of stealing from nature, like all great artists before me. It's kind of interesting to see it from this angle. Kind of looks like a pasta. I cooked a whole bunch of food when I got home last night at like 10:30. Felt really bad because I'm sure my roommate could hear me banging around in there. I was trying to be quiet, but you know how that goes. I just have not had a chance to do any cooking, so I cooked like a ton of meat that had been thawing in my fridge for probably at least 4 or 5 days. So I'm hoping it's not bad, but I had a little bit last night and so far have not thrown up, so I think I'm okay. So let's see, we got this big brow. I like the fuzz on this guy. Would be a fun thing to incorporate into a dragon. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. Oh. So like I said, if anyone needs these references, they are in the Discord. Oh, and I forgot. Oh, thank you, Amaze, putting that ref up there. Appreciate that. I was just about to do that. But there are some in the warm-up chat stream as well, if you're not somebody who does well following along on Twitch, but you'd like to have some references, feel free to pop in there. Okay, I need to take these. I'm putting this on my to-do list for right after you get off stream. Clean up stream playlist. No sad, slow songs. These need to be like... What is this? What's happening? Sorry, I just got a weird pop-up. Stop it. I'm trying to add things. There. Okay. Lock the ref layer so you don't draw on it. Okay, Maze, just for you. It's now preserved. We'll see. It's only a problem if I start coloring. I can usually keep a sketch layer separate because I just stay on that layer. There's no need to change it. It's when I start hopping around doing coloring that I get messed up. So, fun thing about pronghorns, totally unrelated to what we're doing. I'm torn between drawing these guys for my... I'm already thinking about my holiday card this year, because I always do a Colorado animal. I'm torn between doing pronghorns or bison. I've got some image ideas for both, but they're both so fun in different ways. I feel like people forget about pronghorns a lot, but they're a pretty cool North American animal. Second fastest land animal in the world. It's pretty neat. And I found out recently that's probably because they evolved to run away from there was a North American cheetah during the Ice Age, I think. And yeah, they probably had to be really fast because they had really fast predators. Why is my music not playing? Do a tiny sketch of this one since we already kind of did it. I do like noticing like the fun like textures. Like this close-up shows me that there's actually kind of like it's almost like this horn is stacked on top of another horn, like it's merged. There's like this really thick beam, like support beam almost. It's interesting. I can even kind of see it on the back there. And there's some nice like keratin, I don't know, like layering? I'm not sure how to say it, but it's interesting. Interesting things to note about horns, guys. Lots of things you can incorporate. Like I can see how easily how that would be like a fun dragon horn. Scooch you over here too close. Oh, that's what I needed to do. I need to find my paint tool side license number. I only have 3 days left in this free trial of Paint Tool Sci. In the 70s, there was a couple who claimed they had real unicorns, which is actually goats. That was the grew single. Yeah, just like a unicorn. Yeah, it turned out that they had done surgery on. Oh, that's sad. Which later made them grow the single horn. What? Hopefully they were under anesthesia. I know that like goats can be disbudded, and I know that if you injure the horn bud, sometimes they can grow back what's called I think it's called a spur. I don't know, it's like a hollow horn. It's like a horn that's trying to grow even though like the bud is partially damaged. So sometimes they can grow in weird places. That's interesting. I wonder if there's any pictures of that. Couple in 70. I'm gonna look this up later. Unicorn goats. Wow, there's actually like a lot of them. Unicorn goat enlightenment. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Weird. Surgically altered unicorn goats toured with Barnum and Bailey in the 80s. Wow. and they shaved him down. I mean, that is kind of how the unicorn was described, though. It was a lot more goatee. I mean, we know now that they were describing... Wow, that's crazy! I'm copying this and putting this image in the Discord. That is so interesting. We know now that Pliny the Elder, who originally described unicorns, was trying to describe a rhinoceros, but just didn't have words. That's so cool. I'm gonna put this in random because I don't know where else to put this. I just want to think about it later, so. Anyway, fascinating. Thank you. Well, I mean, they may have done it in the 70s too and just gotten famous in the 80s. Like, it's close enough, honestly. I think you did fine. It turned up when I typed it in, so. The Ringling Brothers unicorn goats. Wow. And those could be different goats, too. Like, maybe he heard about this and was like, oh, I'm gonna do that, you know. Anyway. Very cool. Oh, hey! Is this the first stream I've joined? Yes, because I heard Rachel Platt in the back. Hey, Septic, how are ya? I'm glad that you like my music choices. Apparently I'm not doing too bad. I keep getting comments on it. It's a little random, but you know. It's not a playlist I'm playing off of anywhere. It's just because people are asking. But I am gonna get a now playing thing soon. As soon as I have like half a second and I'm not super behind on everything else I'm doing off stream, I will get that added. How are you doing though? Thanks for popping in. I'm glad the music could draw you in. We are practicing horns and things because we are going to be doing a Design a Dragon. Oops, I made that one too big. Design a Dragon stream next week. So we're doing bits that could go on a dragon. I'm having a lot of fun noticing just like, yeah, just think like I don't guess I've ever really just done only a horn study. Like I've drawn plenty of animals with horns. But it's kind of interesting to just look at a piece of a critter. Oh my gosh. I probably didn't leave myself quite enough room to sketch. Got a little too ambitious here. But it's fun to note the little, I don't know, just the little differences. And the texture. I think the texture is probably the most helpful thing. I might paint some fun textured ones later. Anyway, that's it. This one's not very good, but we're just gonna move on. I already did a kudo study the other day, so I'm not too worried about it. Alright, let's just sketch that part, get some lines in there. Do like that little support beam thing. Okay. Ooh, I love these. Look at those segments. Like, I almost want to just draw this like a sculpture, you know, and like follow its own natural curvature. I can't be the only one who draws this way, right? I like this song because he's just like muttering to himself. I feel so seen. Look like daggers. Yeah, they really do. How much does Paint Tool Slide cost? Yeah, I don't even know if they've really changed it since it first came out. It's like 50 bucks, I think. I could buy another license, but I've dropped so much money on tech lately that if I can just find my old license and keep it, I'm just gonna transfer it to this computer. I'm kind of hoping that, I think I've got it on my laptop and on my CPU at home. I'm not sure. I need to figure out how I did that. I'm sure I've got it saved somewhere. So it may take it off of one of my old systems and then let me use it that way. So I'll probably take it off my laptop. Anyway, If only there was an art program you have that doesn't need a product key. Yeah, I have Krita, but I still really like the way that Paint Tool Size ink tool works. It's literally the only thing I use Sci for. I very rarely paint or do anything else in Paint Tool Sci. But the ink brush, I just haven't found a good... Like, Krita's is close. I'll give you that. Krita's is close. And it's fine. Like, if I don't find my product key, I probably will just start doing these sketches in Krita, so fear not. But, you know, I don't know. I've come to really appreciate Paint Tool Size ink tool over the years. And it's nice to quickly blast out some line work that I can then take into, like, Photoshop or Clip Studio or something. Does anyone use Affinity to do any art? I'm looking for another one-time buy program now that Clip Studio is kind of slowly forcing people to switch to the subscription model. I did the one-time buy for it, but it was like $180. It's a lot, so I don't know. I'm not super pleased. Doing good, mostly spent the day relaxing. Nice, nice. Well, I hope studying went well and that you feel knowledgeable from your studies. Yeah, it's nothing except for I've dropped about $3 grand in the past month and a half on tech. So nothing adds up, it turns out. And I'm about to probably have to buy another backup tablet because everything's just kind of crapping out at the same time here. Although I did save a little bit of money. I found a backup pen for my backup tablet. I found a really cheap tablet online somebody was selling like down south of me, about an hour and a half south of me. And it comes with, I believe, the same type of pen. At least it sure looked like it in the photo. Should probably double check that. But anyway, they were asking like $20 for it. So it was like perfect because new pens are $80. And then I get a little extra tablet, which is like great if my current one craps out, because at this point I'm just expecting everything to stop working. It's just been the theme of the year so far, unfortunately. But then like they found out I was an artist and they saw my work and they're like, oh, how about we just do like a swap? Like, do you have any extra like cards or stickers or anything? And then I'll just trade you those for this tablet and pen. I was like, oh, that would be amazing. And she's willing to come meet me halfway, like over halfway actually. There's like a outlet store area just south of Denver that I guess a lot of people in the Springs go to. I guess maybe just people in general go to. I don't know. But yeah, it's like a really popular spot to go shop, I suppose. So she's like, I was gonna go up there anyway. How about we do that next Sunday? So I'm excited. It's happening on Sunday. So hopefully by the time, for those of you in my Discord who are hanging out with me watching Arcane, hopefully by the time you guys see me there for Arcane, I will have a new pen. I'm really excited about it. So it worked out really well. I know it's free, but I already have a product code. Amaze, that's what I'm saying. This is also free now because I've already paid for it like 10 years ago. Amaze is still compatible with newer S considering its age. Which one? Oh, Psy? Or my tablet? Yeah, so that's part of why I need a backup tablet, if that's what you mean, because it's not going to be like, as soon as Windows forces me eventually to switch to 11, my old backup tablet is no longer going to be compatible, which is why I didn't want to spend money on a brand new pen, because I'm like, I don't really want to drop $80 on something I'm only going to be able to use for another couple of years at most. But it is the same type of pen that my Wacom, my Cintiq uses, and this is newer, so I bought this Cintiq in 2015, so I imagine they'll keep, I'm hoping anyway, they'll keep updating the driver for this into Windows 11. I believe it is compatible with 11, I just don't have 11 yet. So hopefully this will keep working for a while. So if nothing else, it'll be the new backup pen for my Cintiq, but once it gets here and I actually have it, I'm gonna try and break apart my old pen. I believe it's just jammed. Like it still kind of works, but it's the tip is getting stuck on. I think it's getting stuck on the chipboard somehow. I think something's loose. So once I have my new pen, I'll be able to pull apart the other one. I've got a soldering iron if I break anything. Like I'm gonna try and fix it because I don't know. Wasn't it you who was telling me that the newer Wacom pens are like not very easy to replace nibs on? Was that you or somebody else? I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm rambling a bit. Sorry, guys. Ramble, ramble, art, ramble, ramble, ramble. I will stop now. You can customize the interface. Wait, oh, Krita UI, and it does Krita have different interface designs, or are people just making ideas? I think you can, yeah. Doing an art undergrad degree. Oh, okay, keeps me on my toes. That's why I'm not doing independent study. Hey, no worries. Happy to, Hooray for horns, exactly. Well, I hope your studies go well. I think there might be an ad right now, so maybe you can't hear me. Septicy? Wait, is it? Hold on, I'm gonna ask after this ad break. Thank you guys for watching the ad breaks, by the way, if you get them. They do add up, as it turns out. I'm getting real close to another payout, which will be nice. It'll pay for all the new stuff I'm having to buy. Well, it'll go towards it anyway. Alright, I don't want to spend too much more time on these horns. Maybe I should draw a dragon with a bird friend. Or like a dragon, yeah, like a dragon with a little dinosaur friend. I love that, actually. I might do that. But yes, I hope your studies go well. Is it septicy or septicy? Septicy. I don't know how to say your name, but I hope everything's going well. Let me know, and I will try to remember how to pronounce it correctly. Also, how are you doing, Sloppy Salamander? Thanks for popping in. We are indeed just doing some horn studies. I think I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go counterclockwise. We've been doing a lot of mammals. Here's a preview of the horn studies we're going to do. Eventually we'll get to these guys. I do love, I think this is called a thorny devil. I love the idea of having scaled horns. Like this is, I'd never really looked up close at one of these critters. Really interesting. And then of course we have our lovely armadillo lizard. These things are so cute. And we're actually going to do, I might do a scales. I think I'm going to do a scales and skin texture study next week. So we will do that. Or wait, are we doing that tomorrow? Hold on. What did I say in Discord? What are we doing? I have it on the list of things to focus on. What's tomorrow? Oh, we are. We're doing that tomorrow. Great. So if I don't get to these lizards today, we'll definitely use them tomorrow. So, all right, starting to get warm. I might have to take off my little vest. All right, let's do some rhinos, and then maybe I'll get to these. Just to look for ideas for different horn concept stuff. There are some really fun ones, although some of these I wonder how many are just like different growth stages of the same animal, you know? Like 3, 4, and 5, those look really similar to me. I guess I just don't know enough about like where they were found or when. But I'm sure there's some of these that might be, and we just don't know it yet. But I do like, I like looking at like where the different, like look at this guy. Wait. Like these are some interesting ridges here. Anyway, some fun things to look at. Definitely very, I honestly don't know what to do with this one. Are we sure that's accurate? That seems like the most useless horn shape. Like, what do you do with that? It's like an extra mouth. You just like stab things like this. Feels like that would put a lot of pressure on your neck muscles as opposed to like using your shoulders to push up, you know, to stab things. Anyway, I don't know. What do I know? Nothing, clearly. Maybe it was ornamental. Are we sure that didn't just get like mushed, you know, in the fossil record, and maybe it's not supposed to be in that shape? You're not the only one who's initially confused when pronouncing my nicknames, so don't worry if you get it wrong. I say septic since it's easier. Okay, so septic is right. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Didn't want to, like, say it wrong. Krita is open source, yeah. It's a good little program. If you haven't had a chance to try it, honestly, it's pretty robust. There's some things it can't do that the more advanced programs can do, but for the most part, I mean, it does basically what you need, you know. A lot of people, I mean, Amaze specifically uses it for sure. Of all the people I know who use it, he probably is the most proficient, so he'd be the one to go to for Krita questions and advice, but... You're doing your whole comic in Krita, aren't you, Amaze? Guys, rhinos are so cool. I know I'm supposed to be doing horns right now, but I just love... We're gonna do a series of thick-skinned animals, because I just want an excuse to draw rhinos and elephants. So we're gonna do that at some point, just so you know. I also need to practice my rhinos and elephants, you know, it's like an important skill for my comic that I still haven't resumed very much of this year. It's been a busy year already. Like, how is it February? Can we please slow down the clock? I need more time. Alright, look at this massive honkin' horn here. Really fun, yeah, really fun shapes. And I like how it kind of comes out like over the eye, almost. Very unicorny. You can definitely see where the unicorn thing came from. Like maybe the one he saw had a broken front horn, you know, or was some species, some weird, I don't know, some weird what am I trying to say, deformity or something. Either way. He was probably seeing the one that just has one horn coming out the front, and because of the head shape and where the eye is, it does kind of look like the forehead area, you know? Or I guess it kind of is the forehead area. Anyway, it's just fun to think about with the original description of the unicorn being a rhino. Has anyone ever seen the show Merlin? This is a complete topic change, but this song always reminds me of Merlin because the first time I heard this song, it was like a fan AMV of that show. And it was like right after I finished watching it, and I was like looking for more Merlin content. It's such a fun little show, guys. It's campy as heck in some places, but it's so fun and charming. I highly recommend it if anyone's looking for just a good little fantasy jaunt. Okay. Look at all these fun, like, keratin creases. I don't really know what they'd be called, but there's so many, like, weird bumps on the horn. I might come back and color that. Ooh, another one! I forgot I did too. I like how different these are. Like, look at that. Look how thin this one is, and look how unicorny this one is. It's so interesting. I wonder if this is like an injury, you know? What a crazy looking animal. Like if you were from a different planet and you had never seen a rhino, and you'd like this walks up to you, you'd just be like, what is happening? Like, get me off of this planet. That thing is like, it's got murder on its face. Oh hey Vale, how's it going? Wait, what? Why are you yelling at me? Casey, what? Hold on. Cosmoceratops is funky. What did I do? What did I say? I missed it. Cosmoceratops. Yeah, is that what it's called? I wonder if it could have been useful like ellie tusks? Like an elephant tusk, you mean? But elephant tusks curve up too. You thought I dropped an F-bomb? What did I say? I definitely didn't. I don't typically use those words, no. Elementary school teacher, guys, remember, keeping it family friendly around here. No, I'm sorry if I mumbled something that sounded like that. Hopefully closed caption did not say I said that, but no. Yeah, I probably said funky. It's not that, it's just an issue with open source, but if any place, oh, I see. I've never actually reached out for an open source with an issue. Yeah, I don't know. I've never had that problem. Like the show Merlin. Oh, nice! 90s Merlin show with Sam Neill. I don't know if I remember that. And Merlin is the soup. Oh, wait, I do know what you're talking about. Oh my gosh. I haven't thought about that show. Hold on. When was that? The 90s? Merlin with Sam Neill. What? I can't believe I forgot that this existed. My roommate in college loved this show. Like, we watched this miniseries a lot. She also introduced me to Once Upon a Time. Have you guys seen that? Once Upon a Time is another like fantasy 90s miniseries. I feel like this Merlin took itself way more seriously than like New Merlin. Oh yeah. Oh man. I totally forgot about this. Helena Bonham Carter was in this? Oh my gosh, was she Morgana? I don't know. Oh, Martin Short. Oh my gosh. Ridiculous. Wow, I'll have to revisit that. Thank you for reminding me of this. Is that what I said? Did I say funky Ceratops? Funky! Funky! I'm gonna like really enunciate that next time I say it. No, yes. No, that's definitely what happened. Goodness me! Gosh golly. Did not. Yeah, wow, I forgot about that show. Thank you. Listen, I've been spending so much time in family-friendly streams that seeing or hearing a curse in another stream. Oh, heavens! Oh my gosh. If I see a thing I enjoy has a forum for feedback, I will gladly add my thoughts to it. That's totally fair. Hey, and I mean, if it's helpful and if it's been... I mean, that's... I don't know. I guess I've just never, like... I don't know, part of it is I'm always so busy, I just don't have time. I'm like... I'm trying to think if I've ever... I'm sure there's something I've reached out to be like, hey, this is a suggestion for something that could be added. Like, this would be cool to see, but I've never... I don't know if I've ever really, like, had, or honestly, I don't even know if I've had feedback for those things. No, one time I did. Okay, the only time that's coming to mind is something dumb, though. It's not open source anything. When I was in high school, I was, like, I don't remember why I was having this thought. Probably because I love sugar, but I was just like, ooh, what if Oreos, but hot chocolate? Like, Oreo flavored hot chocolate. And I was just like, I want this. And so I looked up the email for whoever, is it Nabisco? I don't even know. And emailed them and I was like, can you guys please make an Oreo hot chocolate? I would buy the heck out of that. That sounds so good. You know, something like that. And I just got like a default email response about like, oh, thank you for loving our product. Unfortunately, we can't take, you know, consumer product requests, blah, 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 or something like that. And I was really sad. But then like, not too long ago, I did see Oreo flavored hot chocolate, and I was very happy. Highly doubt that I caused that, but I was still very happy. I was like, yes. I actually don't know if I've tried it yet, now that I think of it. Anyway, that's the end of my story. Sorry, it has nothing to do with open source art programs. I'm just trying to think of any time I've taken the time to submit consumer feedback. I'm sure I have with like Photoshop before, but it's not exactly open source. Oh no! You're stabbing your friend! How dare. Stabby McStabberson over here. I just like how much longer and skinny, like look at the difference in these two. They must be different. I'm sure this is like a different subspecies of rhino. Oh, sorry, I made a funny noise. Alright, let's move along here. I'm probably gonna come back and color that guy later. Angry. He's so mad. Made his face fat. I used to love drawing the rhinos with the forwards too. That's what this always makes me think of when I draw them now. It was one of my favorite animals. They have really fun ankles. If you've never looked at the ankles of a rhino, guys, I highly recommend it. And not in like a weird Victorian art way, but like a, I don't know, anatomy study way. They're really fun. What time are we at? 10:40. Okay, great. Oh, if anyone has been drawing for 30 minutes, this is your 30-minute marker. So if you guys are done, great, good job. You did your 30 minutes of warm-up sketching. I like this curliness. Are these, what are these? I like how you can imply the curvature of this with, shoot. Oh, hold on. Round. Okay, this way. This way. Oh my goodness. Alright, nope. We're gonna figure that one out later. Maybe I'll draw it on this one. Do it the way I normally do. Curly, 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 curly. Something like that. I don't know. I was hoping I would kind of be able to imply the lines with those curves, but that didn't really happen. I do like the idea of having like some underlying looking like bone structure. It's worth contemplating. Like I can almost, you know, turn that into a dragon right now. Give you a little horn spike. Just like a rhinoceros. Preview of what's to come. Anyway. No, there's a link to the forum on the website where the customer base is artists, not programmers. Nice. Yeah, I mean, you can always check it out. I think it's a great program. Still drawing those spyward horns. Yeah, it's taken me a minute. Realize there's a non-zero chance someone has used AI with the prompt. Rhino ankles weird Victorian art way. Yeah, yeah, I mean, it's non-zero. It's probably, if we can think it, it's probably been AI generated, which I hate. Ooh, don't get me started, Vale. It's too early for my AI rant. You guys are gonna have to do so many redeems if I get going on that right now. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not today. Not right now. Maybe later. Probably later. But not today. Not now. Maybe not. Maybe not today at all. Oh, so many thoughts. So many thoughts that everyone has heard because we all feel the same way for the most part. Hey, don't do it yet. I still haven't added the sound effect. Don't waste your redeems, guys. I do want to go find an animation to attach to that. and I still haven't done the Moobot Nightbot thing. I'm terrible. Alright, I'm just gonna trace this here because it's like there's like some cool stuff going on with these lines that I really want to pay attention to, but I just don't have the patience to draw right now. So I'm just gonna learn by copying, guys. You know, the human way, not the way that it works with AI, which is not the same. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, anyway, that's all. We're not gonna do it, Casey. But yeah, look at that. Sorry. Sometimes I burst out into song about things. I didn't mean to do that on stream. My friend was talking to me about that the other day, actually. I used to do it in private just to make myself laugh and not be angry about things, and it's like as I've gotten older, I think I've just started doing it all the time. Like regardless of who's present. It's kind of a problem. Little tiny bumps on the outside, see? Just did it again. There. Must bite lip so I don't sing about what I'm doing. Okay, interesting. Let's see if I can replicate that really fast now that I've kind of put it to memory. So interesting. It's like a kind of cheating here a little bit because I traced it first. No, I just don't know how I would, man. These would be really tough. This would be, it's like a scrunched up version of these guys, which I do really like these horns. I don't know if I could, I don't know if I have the skill or the patience to implement that in a piece. So there, like, there's some of what you're seeing in like a bighorn sheep where it's got the ridges, right, that kind of follow the line of the horn, but it kind of turns into this. It's interesting because you can almost see it right there, but then it just like abruptly becomes that. And it's not as straightforward as just putting rings around it. Like, it's actually, like, there's another one where it starts to peak a bit. Interesting. So interesting. Okay. I might come back to that. Let's do this guy. So sick and tired of that topic. I know. It's like everywhere. It's sometimes I had to take a break from the whole conversation for like 6 months because I just couldn't. It's like anytime I heard somebody bring it up, I was like, oh, nope, I gotta leave. And I've finally kind of come to a place where I can hear people talk about it and not feel stressed instantly, but I don't want to cause that in anybody else, so. Plenty of forums online where you can engage in that conversation, I feel like. Sorry to spirit there, baked sweet potatoes are nice, but how is it realistic to put in the oven for 70 minutes? Yeah, that's true. Wow, you're really getting into your sweet potato early today. I feel like potatoes, like if you're gonna bake them, are one of those things you have to like plan ahead for, like before you're hungry. I've actually started lately like poking holes in them and putting them, like just softening them in the microwave first and then chopping. I had a friend that showed me this, and then after they're like like just for a few minutes, they don't have to be totally baked, and then chopping them into chunks and actually putting them in curry and like making curry and putting them in the mixture and letting them kind of boil in the curry and like soften more. It's really good. It's a really, really fun way to use them, and it takes way less time. Or even if it doesn't, I feel like you're so busy chopping other vegetables and doing all the other curry things that you don't notice. Maybe that's just me. I like these horns. These are very regal. What is this? I should have written down what these animals were. Name that antelope. Or possibly bovid antelope, because apparently that's a thing I learned last week when looking for ungulates to draw. Blew my mind. I guess that was the week before last week. It's not a water buck. Some kind of oryxy looking thing. I don't know. An audat maybe? I don't think it's an audat. Those are white. I don't know what this is. Large bovid antelope. With really majestic looking horns. An eland! Yeah! It is an eland. You had forgotten you had a sweet potato in the oven. Oh no! Hey, you know what? It works out. It does take a long time. I'm gonna write that on here so I don't forget. Eland. I like these horns a lot. Interesting. I wonder if it's just the angle of the photo or if this horn is actually pretty different from the other one. So twisty. These almost look like someone took clay and just did this, you know? Like it's stuck them on an antelope's head. Like these would be fun to sculpt for that reason, I feel like. You could just make big, thick antlers and just sort of like twist and push until they looked like this. So cool. But tell me that doesn't look like, you know, regal dragon fodder right there. Come on. That's a straight up elegant animal. Elandgant? No, that doesn't work. Hold on, I'm getting confused. 1, 2. It's a little bit low, but that's okay. Here we go. Don't know why that was so confusing for a second. Your little hairs. Are a good place to go. I was thinking Dryad or Sage. Oh yeah, those would be cool too. So I know you're not gonna like this, Vale, but next week is Dragon Week. I'm sorry. So we're actually practicing various bits of dragons. Yeah, this is 100% Satyr for sure. Various things you could put on a dragon. Various styles of things, right? All different kinds of horns out there. And spikes, for sure. And spikes. If I have time, I'll probably get to a few of these. I definitely want to at least draw this guy. Like, look at that. Look at that scaly horn bud. So cool. That's true, that's true. Fair enough. There's a lot of fantasy creatures in your household. Plenty of love for that to go around. Yeah, I'll definitely be looking at... Yeah, same, actually. I'm kind of mentally bookmarking those. But we're doing kind of like how we did the Design a Griffin stream at the end of our warm-ups for like birds of prey and big cats. Since next week's Dragon Week, I'm going to do various bits of critters. We might actually study some like different styles of dragon next week, so I might pull up like Eastern Dragon Day and then a Western Dragon Day too. I haven't decided how I want to do next week's yet, but tomorrow is like scales and skin textures. So we'll do scales and then like also some fur, because obviously Eastern dragons aren't quite as scaly. We'll be looking at different scaling and fur patterns and feather patterns. But yeah, it should be fun. We'll see. I mean, I'm already looking forward to it. But I need to go a little faster because I keep telling myself I'm not going to spend as much time on these warm-up streams as I have been. They've been going so long, which they're fun, but if I'm going to do a long one, I want it to be like a design stream, right? Or at least do some like painting or something. So if I go longer, I need to make sure I'm at least doing some color studies. I'm gonna draw the different planes of this horn because I don't know how easy it is to see. But I love how if you, like, once you start really looking at these, you can kind of, I don't know, like I'm seeing, here's the top part of this horn, it's like kind of this inner curve, right? And it goes into shadow because it kind of, draw the non-shadow part actually. I'm like, I don't know, it's fun to study these like sections, right? And you can really kind of see just how the curvature works. No, it's just fun to look at. I like it. I like it. And just see like where it would be on the other side too, you know? Anyway. Fun stuff. Speaking of color. But remember, if you're newer to drawing, just find the sections, find the forms. Even in these, you can find the form first, even if you're just doing part of something. And it's going to help instead of just trying to like copy lines, you know, like if I try to do it like that, it's going to be pretty tough to make it actually look decent, right? We're not copying, we're studying. It's a difference. I was talking to somebody, I think it might have been Joe Stiller on his stream, I think it was, earlier this week, about how some people like say they've been drawing for years and like they don't feel like they're getting any better and they always have to use reference and like why aren't they getting better? And I kind of think it just comes down to how you're studying. Like if you're looking for understanding how something is put together, I think you're going to be able to apply that a lot easier. If you're just trying to copy and try to make something look identical to what it already looks like, you're not actually going to be able to, it's like a different type of skill set and there's a place for that for sure, but you're not going to be able to like innovate very easily. Like you're going to struggle to draw from imagination because you aren't actually studying, you're just kind of copying what you see. So yeah, depending on I guess what your end goal is, like if you just want to be able to replicate photographs, then definitely just do very detailed and intricate copies. But if you're trying to like get better overall with your art and like be able to draw things from imagination, definitely try and like take stock of how you're looking at something. Yeah, it was an interesting conversation because I hadn't really thought about that until he brought it up. And then I started thinking and I was like, you know, I do know some artists who have said that, and I know people in that position, and I've been in that position before when I was younger, like when I was first learning how to draw. I think it's kind of like a stage one of learning to draw is copying, but then eventually you sort of, kind of like anything, right? Like anytime we learn anything, we start by copying. Whether it's like a behavior or an apprenticeship at something or whatever, but eventually you have to like start making your own decisions, and I think that's the piece. That's hard to do if all you've ever done is copy. Gosh, this is not a good sheep. Let's just focus on the horns here. Speaking of copying and not paying attention. Anyway, random thoughts. Yeah, so that would match. What I'm doing with that was just like checking the slope of the horn to see if like, does this all line up behind what I can see of the sheep? Like, does that match there? Yes, you know, that kind of thing. Anyway, but we've already done bighorn sheep, so. Oh, something I learned about bighorn sheep though before we go. Do you guys see how there's like sections of the horn? Like this part and that part. This is like how they can tell how old bighorn sheep are. It has something to do with like if they have this many segments or if the horn curves out to this point, then it's this number of years old. The rings don't correspond to age necessarily, like it's obviously not 50 years old or whatever, but it's like these segments. They grow by segments, I guess. It's kind of interesting. So you can tell like an old buck, like this is an older buck, he's got broken off horn tips, which means he's fought a lot. These would probably curl around like more if they weren't broken, right? So like because his are like lined up with his eye, he's pretty old. Like when they're younger, sometimes they only go to here. When they're first growing, they only go to here, that kind of thing. So anyway, fun thing to note. You can also incorporate that into your dragon design. We have growth rings in our teeth. Oh, do we? Did not know that. I found out recently we have growth rings in our bones, though. Like, everything has growth rings. It's kind of crazy. Like, that's part of how they date fossils and how they age dinosaurs. They look at the bone. I've learned this recently from, you know, that one dinosaur stream I'm always talking about. But yeah, you can like cut open a fossil and like the histological, they call it histology, the histological like process shows you the growth rings. Like you can see, like if they were to cut like the arm in half or something, you could like see how old the animal was based on, I think, rings and also how spongy the bone is. Because I guess as you're growing, which makes sense, like your bone is more spongy. And then as you get older, it starts to solidify, kind of like, well, I mean, we see this in like, you know, the soft spot on a baby's skull kind of thing. Except it's like the whole bone is like that. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. They go by days and not years, so you can determine the age very precisely in a human tooth. Interesting. See, I would think the tooth would wear down so much over your lifespan that it would be hard to see that. Interesting. You called dibs. Hey, look here, Maze. There's enough animals for us all, okay? We can share. You know, you see writers who kind of plateau, and usually the answer is that just writing was enough at first, but they never transitioned into deliberate practice. Yeah, so it works for writing too, it sounds like. So they just got stuck quality-wise. Yeah, for sure. Like, you gotta like intuit a little bit, you know? Innovation. Repetition is the death of innovation, maybe? I don't know. Because then you start, because I also heard someone say recently, if you practice something wrong often enough, it just becomes habit. So then you just like reinforce your habit of doing something the wrong way. So it becomes harder to like break that cycle, which totally makes sense. See, these are just big. There's not really anything to copy here. I just like how big they are. Like what a heavy head ornament this animal has. This is like Hellboy level. I'm no Superman. Do like the dark tips though. Those are fun. And then look at these little guys. They almost look like bunny ears. Boop. Boop. What a funny critter. This little one right here. Boop. Too funny. It's like in the core of the tooth. Oh, okay, okay. Got Maybe it's the power of suggestion. Lagom core. Maybe it's, we were talking about potatoes. You just reminded me I have a pineapple at home I need to cut into. Archery teacher's motto was never practice bad habits. Yeah, it makes total sense. Because it's like, it's not just muscle memory, it's also like the shortcuts we make in our brain, those neural pathways, they just get deeper and deeper the more we do something that's not working or is working. Habits are hard to change. I guess I just never heard it said that way about practice, because I don't know, I guess maybe I just always think of practice as something that will improve you. Because, you know, anytime someone tells you, like, oh, how do I get better at art? Oh, you just got to practice. So it's like you don't think about how to practice necessarily. And I think maybe that's kind of what Jay was talking about in his stream, was like people practicing poorly. Anyway, it's just an interesting conversation. Look at how like wrinkly this horn is. I like how much, I don't know, I feel like you start seeing a lot of like common things, right, when you draw critters like this. And I just love how many wrinkles are around the eyes of so many like large African animals. They just have so much character. I don't know, I like it a lot. No, I'm not supposed to be drawing a cow, but I like this cow. He also looks real paranoid, so we're just gonna make sure that sticks around. Ooh, terrifying. Angry boy. Or girl, can't tell. Could be anything. Okay, I don't love the way I did that, but we're gonna move on. No one knows us more than me. Okay. I love the shape of these too. These are great. Look at that. Cool, ridgy. And you could like really easily emphasize this, you know? Maybe I'll do this one instead for my dragon so you can have the other one. Since apparently we can't share a maze, gosh. I like them all. Maybe I'll do both. Oh, but yeah, if we end up looking at like ways to interpret dragons, if anyone has like a dragon artist that they really like and think they're doing something really unique, I'll put up some basic examples of like, maybe we will just do like Eastern Dragon Day and Western Dragon Day. So and just kind of look at forms and yeah, see what we can learn from what other artists have done. And then that will hopefully influence what we do on Wednesday. I don't think I'll do like direct copying or anything of any artist, but I do want to be looking at those for like inspiration, right? Like, or I don't know. I think it's sometimes helpful to see how people have taken like, say, a water buffalo horn and like reinterpreted it into a creature design. Because if you like, once you start studying these things, you'll start seeing these shapes everywhere, and especially in creature design, right? It's just really interesting to see, like, you know, maybe somebody took this shape but like really overemphasized it, right? So it's like you get this really big, you probably see this all the time in things like Monster Hunter, where they like super curve the horn back this way or something. But you can still tell that this was inspired maybe by a water buffalo, right? Like maybe it looks like, well, this is a terrible, terrible rendition. Or maybe there's like 2 of them, you know, and they like stack or something. Or maybe they use them as like spines along the back or something. I don't know. It's just kind of fun to look at, if nothing else. But we'll see. I definitely want to pull up like classic art too, because I don't feel like I know I don't look at historic art enough. I don't know. You see so much of it in school and growing up that you just get kind of bored with it, and it's easy to be like, oh, there's nothing inspiring about this. But I think there probably is, and I'm wondering if we revisit some of that, if it might be useful, you know? We'll see. I'll think more about what I want to do for next week, but that's kind of where my head's at right now. For now, though, this week, we're just doing some basic studies. Just trying to learn. I love all these textures. I don't know if you guys can see those very well, but look at all that stuff going on. So many like little divots and things. Really fun. All right, we've made it to the lizards. What time is it? Oh, it's 11:13. Okay. This marine iguana, guys. I may skip this kind of critter just because I want to look at these textures a little more as like a skin texture. So we might look at him tomorrow, and I might get a better photo just so you can see like how the scales kind of turn into these bigger, spikier bits and where they tend to do that. I think could be helpful. But for now, let's move up to this guy. I really do want to look at these horns. I think these are really cool. I like the fuzzy dragons. Wait, hold on. I think I missed something in chat. Practice does mean you gotta make sure you're practicing the right stuff, for sure. Muscle memory of the habits you don't want. Exactly, yeah. So tomorrow our scales, yeah, scale textures, yeah. Gonna do it like a cooking show and prepare the critter in advance. I guess I could. I was actually thinking of doing more like a painting study. That's what I really want to work on. I don't think I'm gonna do like a direct, like if I were to do it on this guy. Well, I mean, heck, we're probably gonna do it here tomorrow. But I'll probably start by doing like I guess I could draw one ahead of time, but I typically don't have time to do that, honestly. I don't want to make my whole morning about these streams. I have other stuff I have to get done. But I'll probably start with just like a form. This looks like a big blob. So pretend it looks better than that. Or whatever, you know, something like this. And I think I'll probably take it, and I may even do it in a different program. I don't know yet. But I want to look more at like, okay, so like when I'm looking at the eye, right? Where am I seeing? I don't know. This is what I'm thinking so far, but I may adjust. All right, let's do it with just ink brush because apparently that's the only thing I can use. But like, where am I seeing the scales, right? Like I see them around the eye. They're really small on the eyelid. They start right here, and I see that they kind of cascade. For me, I think I'm going to do more of like a painting, just so I can learn the patterns of the scaling. I may do some drawing. I don't know. It might vary based on the critter too. But I like this idea of like moss growing on. Like it almost looks like moss, even though I think it's just the color of this critter. But yeah, something like that. And then maybe draw the bigger ones and be like, okay, I see these coming out of here and getting big. And then like right around the eye, they get big. And I want to take some time looking at how scale patterns form, I guess. So I don't know yet if that'll be pure drawing or if it'll be, wow, I really messed up the shape. Anyway, we'll see. This is kind of what I'm thinking though. Cause like I really like the spikes coming out of this. See, now you got me all just gonna go ahead and do this study, I suppose. But I don't know. I think it'll probably be more painting based. I don't know if I'll sketch first and then like quickly sketch and then paint over. Probably be a better way to do it. But I just like for this one especially how these kind of cascade into bigger spikes. It's just kind of a fun. He looks so pleased with himself. I have to draw this little smile. And those lip scales, guys, like what even is? I'm so easily amused. This is why I can't get things done. we'll see. We shall see. But yeah, we're gonna do scales, feather textures, so like looking at different placement of feathers on birds probably. And then some fur. I need to find something that has like more patchy fur, because I feel like that's a better way to see it. I might look at things like pigs with the kind of wiry hair versus softer furred creatures. Yeah, I'm gonna think about that some more. Maybe camels. You mentioned that, you know, Eastern dragons were originally supposed to be camels. Maybe we'll look at like the way camel fur works. That'd be fun. I like the fuzzy dragons with feathery wings, yeah. So very much the Eastern dragon fan. Dragons pull off beaks well. Yeah, they do. They do pull off. I mean, they're kind of like dinosaurs in a lot of ways. I was pretty sold on the story that somebody found fossils and then was like, oh, this must be a dinosaur. But apparently that's not necessarily totally true. I don't know. I still think it's possible that that happened at some point in history. But there's like, you know, credence to the idea that even cultures that didn't have a lot of dinosaur fossils still had like ancient beasts and dragons. So, yeah, I don't know. But word travels. People been around for a long time. Just saying. We are nothing if not derivative. Also, can we just appreciate how over it this lizard looks right now? He's like, I don't want to be here. I love his deep eye socket there. Anyway, I really like on this one specifically how you can see the scales actually developing their own little points at the end on some of them. Like, it's a really interesting aesthetic, especially on the sides here. That would be a really fun thing to incorporate, I think. And we talked about this a little bit when we were doing feathers, but so it turns out feathers are most likely highly evolved scales. That's why they kind of overlap in a similar way. And see, these little points actually lend something to that. Like this could easily turn into a quill, which could have potentially turn into something else as needed by the critter. So they actually found a lot of dinos with proto feathers, which are quills. So there's like science behind it, which is kind of cool. It's really exciting. But it also helps me right now when I try to remember and not get overwhelmed with scales, because I don't usually draw a lot of scales. But if I think of them as just little feathers, I do draw feathers quite a bit more often. I just really like everything going on with this critter. He just looks so grumpy. What a little grump. I'm gonna name him Oscar. He is a grouch. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna revisit this tomorrow, but let's move ahead here. Yeah, I love this, like, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's like these scales have really, really defined like spikes coming up out of them in the center. This is, if you've never seen this creature before, I highly recommend looking it up. I believe it's called an armadillo lizard. Someone can correct me on that if I got that wrong, but they're pretty cool. Pineapple update. The fruit is fighting back by this. Oh no! I'm sorry. I don't think pineapple's supposed to do that. Really fancy mustaches. Yes, yes, for sure. In fact, not to keep picking on the water buffalo here. For sure, mustache. But also, I always see like a guy with a bad toupee when I look at these, right? Like those like You know, like I always think of like a little butler guy or something. It's like, look at my little hair flip. Poor Flu. Anyway. Ouch. Ooh, Monster Hunter mentioned. Providing relevant example. Let's see. I need to click this now. Deep sea critters make for... Yes, I actually almost included some critters with... Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Amaze. You can see the inspiration of the water buffalo horns. They just turned the bottoms up. But like the top part is 100%. For sure. For sure. Is this game on PS3? I think my brother might be giving me his PS3 because he doesn't play it, and my PS2 is broken right now. So when I play games with my friend twice a month, I can't play with her, and I'm not sure if I can get the emulator to work. So I'm going to see if I can mod a PS3 to play PS1 and 2. I think they all play PS1 games. But anyway, I might actually have a newer system, guys. So if anyone has PS3 games they want to recommend, not that will have time to play them for years, but, you know, let me know. Just use an MS Paint base from DeviantArt. Iguana is a reminder to wear chapstick. Yeah, he is. Yeah, legit, hold on, I can't find my mouse. I gotta go back to him. Like, if this isn't a CoverGirl like, I would be so much more interested in makeup if this was the makeup model. Like, look at them lips, though. Come on, guys. We know we have to. Like, is magnificent. I swear I got enough sleep last night. No, really, I did. That's why this is so funny to me. Okay, well, we're almost done here. Let me stop rabbit trailing on dumb things. Let's see. Yeah. Legit, though, Vale. Eastern Dragon's like a head, mouth of a kid. Yeah, beard of a goat, body of a snake, tail of an ox. Oh, yeah. There are regional variants, sure. Beard of a goat, body of a snake, tail of an ox. Yeah, I think I'm gonna, that'd be fun to reimagine that. I might look up what the definition is. Thank you for the idea. I love that. Some have a lion's mane. Yeah, and I think, aren't the foo dogs? Those are definitely, like, cat-based, but I forget what all the pieces are. Foo dogs are really cool, too. Some of my dragons have an Eastern Dragon influence. It's most evident in the first one I designed. Got a bit of a mane. Nice. Oh, yeah, I'll check it out. Let me see. Oh, don't worry about it, Amaze. I really don't need the distraction anyway. I probably won't even have time. Like, Ryu recommended... Oh, yeah, this guy, for sure. Ryu recommended Mass Effect to me. And, like, actually gifted it to me years ago. And I just started playing it last year. I've played, like, maybe 5 hours of it. And I don't think I've picked it up since October. Maybe September. Just because it's been so crazy. And that game's what, like over a decade old, right? I'm pretty sure Mass Effect came out in like the mid-2000s, like the original. So yeah, don't search too hard, because most likely, if I do get around to playing anything new, it'll be years, because I just don't have time. Maybe one day, but not this day. All right, which scales do I want? I just like look at these cool. I might save this one actually too for. Maybe I'll save all the lizards for tomorrow. Maybe we'll just do a T-Rex. Maybe we'll just do a T-Rex, or not T-Rex, sorry, a Triceratops study really quick. I do like these little leg spikes. Let me at least do, because I did say we're doing horns and spikes, so I love these so much. They're so cool. I forget where these guys live, but I kind of want to see one in person. Apparently they roll up like this when they get scared, like when they think they're in danger. They're such a Pokemon. It's like a real life Sandshrew. Oops. Is that thunder? I hope not. Yeah, I definitely want to incorporate this somehow. I don't know how yet, but the old thinkers are thinking. Pain. Do you guys remember this song? Probably not. I think I'm like the oldest person here. And pain. Sunshine and rain. This used to get stuck in my head constantly as a kid. I probably sang this song more than anything else growing up because I used to hear it on the radio. Oh my gosh. It's so catchy. Look, he's holding his little toes, you guys. This is like the cutest little critter. For such a spiky boy, it's pretty cute. It's just like, oh no, grab my little bits and roll. Roll away. Like a little spiky pinwheel. I just want to draw him grabbing his toes. Sorry. With his like pangolin armor. His little sleeve of scales here. So cute. So cute! Spike, 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 spike. There we go. Studied it, guys. Studied. Alright, who else do we gotta get to? Let's at least do this guy. I am gonna have to head out here in a little bit, but I do want to do the chameleon. I'm probably gonna save these. There's not a whole lot of difference, I feel like, in these. They're just kind of variations on a theme. And it's really more of like scales stretched out over a form on a lot of that. So I think I'll save those, the rest of these reptiles, for tomorrow. Probably start on this page, but oh yeah, I want to color that rhino. Yeah, let me draw this guy. Maybe do a 1 or 2 Triceratops ones real quick, but sunshine. What a funny faced creature. Just looks really unhappy and judgmental, slightly. Very straightforward horns, though, which I appreciate. I appreciate that, Mr. Chameleon. Ooh, another 90s throwback. Like early 90s, I think. Looks a little flustered. I do really like this close-up. But look at where the horn comes out over his eye. Like that is a look. Love, show me. Baby, show me what it's all about. Mass Effect is so good. There's not, yeah, that's okay, don't worry about it. I really don't need the distraction. Honestly, I was a little worried that there would be, because I think that's probably one of the few games that I could somehow in my brain be like, yeah, I'm getting inspiration playing this game. Although I might get Skyrim, I think that's on PS3. That might be the last time you guys ever see me. If me being introduced to Dragon Age was any indicator, oh my gosh, that will just be what my day off is. And then I'll be upset because it's like, I still didn't read that book. But I played this game all day. I don't know, how do you guys feel about that? Sometimes, I guess because of the games I play, I tend to play like pretty story-heavy games. I'm not really interested in just like first-person shooters or like... Sometimes I feel like games are kind of the same type of escapism that books are for me. It's just like I get to choose how the story goes instead of just reading the story. But like usually for me, if a game doesn't have a really compelling set of characters or like story or world building, I'm just not that interested. Like I lose interest quickly. I can play, you know, something like... I'm trying to think of an example. The only one... This is a dumb example, so please don't judge me, but the only one I can think of off the top of my head that's like an exception to that would be something like Katamari Damacy, which has such a bizarre, especially for the time, just like such a unique type of gameplay and world setting that it was just like, every time I turned it on, it was just like fascinating, and I would like notice little different details in it. And so like things like that can keep my interest. But if something is just like pure strategy or pure chance or like no story, no characters, nothing, like I just kind of lose interest. I'll play like an hour or two of it and then I'll just move on to something else. Are you guys like that? How do you feel about like that kind of thing? It's the same thing with TV shows, honestly. I think that's why I was so excited to find Arcane, because like it's been a long time since I've watched a show that I actually felt like I wanted to keep watching, like at any, like with any frequency, you know, like the writing is so good, the characters are so good, the animation is beautiful, like it just has everything I'm looking for in the types of things I do in my downtime. Like those are all things I'm looking for, well, with the exception of animation, but those are the things I'm looking for in a good book, you know, like good story, good world building, good plot, good pacing. I feel like all of my media, like if it doesn't tick those things, I just kind of don't engage with it. With the exception of documentaries. I watch a heck of a lot of the documentaries. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe everyone's like that. But I've just, lately I've been thinking about how similar, like if I'm going to do something, it's always sort of like what I'm doing, like what I'm getting out of reading. I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's everybody. I've never like made that connection, I guess. So I'm curious about thoughts, or if you guys are totally opposite and you're like, nope, when I play games, it's just like card games or like board games. Like I'm not looking for a story. I'm looking for something else. But yeah, I don't think I own or have played regularly like a single game that hasn't been really story driven. Joy and Pain, 1989. Okay, I was gonna say it had to have been early 90s because that's like such an old style of, yeah. DJ Easy Rock. Oh my gosh, it's such an old style of rap. Like Run DMC was a bit before my time, but I still heard a couple of their songs, I think, that were still kind of playing on some radio stations when I was a kid. Because I went to daycare as a kid, so we listened to the radio at daycare, and I would hear whatever was on the station that the person played. And it was usually like some kind of a popular Music Now type station. Anyway. Thank you for making me feel so old, Mace. Definitely the oldest person in chat. Oh well, I don't actually care. It's fine. Just an impressionable child, you know. What a crazy animal. Like silent raindrops fell. I forgot how pleasant this song is. I feel like I've heard the Disturbed version so many times that it's like all edgy in my head now, but it's really pretty chill. See, like I'm already wanting to turn this into a dragon thing though. Like, let's take all that we've learned, folks. Words of the prophet are written on the subway walls. Tournament halls. Okay, anyway. Let me catch up. Being a Katamari fan? Really? No? Do I not strike you as Katamari? Yeah, Katamari's great. I know I'm not alone in that. Skyrim will get you, but you have you considered Baldur's Gate 2? No, I haven't. What do I have? Somebody was selling a copy of Elder Scrolls for $5, like up the street from me. I just happened to see it on Nextdoor. I was like, oh, people always tell me about this series, right? Maybe I'll get this for the PC. I've had that thing since like 2019. Haven't opened it. Well, no, that's not true. I did play an hour of it, and within an hour, I was like, nope, this is going to be way too involved. It's going to trigger my completionist tendencies in gaming. Like, I'm going to want to do every quest and find every item and do everything. I was just like, I can't. I gotta stop. So that one's on the shelf at home. One day I'll play it. What's the one that just came out that everyone's talking about? Elden Ring? Isn't that Baldur's Gate as well? 3. Oh god, if you like story heavy, please try Baldur's Gate 3. Oh my gosh, no. oh, I just know myself, and I get very obsessed about good story. And I'm afraid to play those games. I'm afraid to play Skyrim for the same reason. I played, because okay, let me put it in perspective for you this way. I think it was 2015. I had just moved to Colorado, and my friend Ryu, she streams here on Twitch as well. And she's great also. I'm going to give her a little shout out. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, shoot. What's her username? Is it RU underscore? TSU Amy? Well, Amaze you might know if you don't mind giving a shout out to Ryu. If not, I'll find it in a second. She recommended to me Dragon Age when I was in college. She actually gave me a copy of Dragon Age for the PC, and I'd had it for probably 8 years before I finally put it in when I moved up here. I was like, oh, it was like a snowy day or something, and I was like just kind of feeling lazy. Hadn't really like accomplished much, and I was like, you know what, today's just gonna be a rest day. I'm just gonna try this game that she's always telling me to play. Oh my gosh. I could not put it down for like 2 solid weeks. I mean, I barely got any work done. I felt so guilty, but I was so into it. That was my first experience with like the sandbox RPG where it was like choose your own, like your responses actually make a difference in the storyline. And I was so like, this is the type of game I've always wanted. You know, like I couldn't put it down. And I know a lot of RPGs are like that now, so I'm just afraid to play them. And now that I've beaten Dragon Age Origins, I've probably replayed that game over the years. At least, like I've started every origin story and I've played through all the way at least 4 times. But it's easy now because I already know how it goes, so I can just put it down and I can pick it up in months and not feel weird about it because I'll know how to play still. But I'm so afraid to play new games because I just can't. I get way too into them. Baby boomers grew up with novels as trash and rotting their brains. Oh, did they? I guess I didn't know that about novels being brain rot. I knew they grew up with like TV. I mean, we still say that about like TV and shows and stuff. And some of it is brain rotting. Let's be honest. Like, there's some very mindless entertainment out there, doing the same thing. And then for millennials, it's video games, but same story. Yeah, that's true. I guess that's true. I didn't think baby boomers were told that novels were trash. I have never heard that. I'd have to look that up. I'll have to ask any baby boomers in the chat. Let me know. Were you told that novels were trash? Because I always think of books as like seen as being like peak entertainment. Because like, you know, classical literature and is so highly esteemed, and there's a lot of books that came out, I would think, during that time that were really, really famous. Ooh, I found there's a scroll thing on the back of my Cintiq. Guys, I've never noticed this. Wow. Learning new things every day. I'm scrolling down chat with my Cintiq, you guys. It's awesome. Creative, compelling story. Okay, so you two, you're also into that. So Baldur's Gate 3 came out, and hand over heart, I said to my friend as I launched the game for the first time, I don't think I'll be super into the gameplay, but the character creator seems good, so I'll probably play around for an hour. Those are my exact words, and then I put 300 hours. Holy cow. See, that's what I would do. Between August 3rd and October 6th, while working 60 to 70 hours. Yep, that sloppy, you and me. Yep, that's why I can't. Don't worry, you have good taste, that's good. Sorry I get so excited about Baldur's Gate. No, don't apologize. I nerd out about plenty of things here. If you haven't noticed, I'm a bit of a rambler. Okay, so I had it right. It is Ryu_Sume. Okay, thank you, Maze, for that shout out. You guys, if you like hanging out with a chill gamer, if you're into game streams here on Twitch, go give Ryu a follow. She's awesome. She's been a friend of mine since we were little. She's the one that got me into streaming, actually, in the first place. So, and she's also a voice actor, so she does like fun voices for the characters while she plays, which is kind of fun. Love her lots. Let's see. Oh, I broke my scroll. Hold on. I'm new to scrolling with this thing. How do I do that? Is it a button? What do I do? Come on. You were working so well before. I broke my scroller. Within 5 minutes of discovery, she has broken it. Alright. Elden Ring and Baldur's Gate are very, very different. Oh, but aren't they in the same universe, though? Wait, what? Elden Ring and Baldur's Gate are very different. Elden Ring is a mechanically really difficult game. Baldur's Gate is turn-based and strategy. What? 2,100 different variations of the ending? Holy cow. Was that voice acted? That must have been, like, incredible to work on. Holy moly. It helps most RPGs have the illusion of choice, and your choices don't actually matter. I mean, I suppose that's probably true. I mean, you have ultimately the same ending. It's just like what happens in it is different sometimes, but like it's kind of the same result. I guess that's true. But like while you're playing it, it really feels like, you know, the way characters interact to you changes. The way like the events can play out can change leading up to that ending. I don't know, I'd never played a game like that until Dragon Age. Baldur's Gate is in the Dungeons and Dragons universe. Why did I think Baldur's Gate and Elden Ring? I thought Elden Ring was in the same universe though. Huh. I don't know where I heard that. Choices actually, I'd say, isn't Elder Scrolls part of the Baldur's Gate universe? I'm so confused now. Maybe I'm getting it confused with Elden Ring because they both start with E, to be honest. It could be something as simple as that. The exceptions are Mass Effect, Dragon Age, Skyrim has one choice that changes things, but really that's really it. Well, those are all games people tell me to play, so maybe they just think that there's more games like this than there are. But those are, everyone's always like, you gotta play these games, Casey. I'm like, no, I can't, because I want to too much. I have a tendency to want to complete everything and do all the things. Why did I think that about Elder Scrolls and Elden Ring? Must be the similar sounding names, honestly. Wannabe Dungeons and Dragons. Oh! Huh. Interesting. I thought somebody told me Elder Scrolls, like Oblivion, I thought was part of... Hold on, now I'm gonna look it up, because I'm... Yeah, so it's Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Published by Bethesda Softworks and Ubisoft. It's the 4th installment in the Elder Scrolls series. Huh. Bethesda. Yeah, I don't know. I have Elder Scrolls Oblivion. I thought it was part of... Oh, maybe it's part of Skyrim. Oblivion was followed by the Elder Scrolls. Oh, it is... Oh, okay, so Skyrim is right after Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Maybe I'm just getting that confused. I don't know, guys. Look, I can't stay on top of games. They move too quickly. Quite frankly. Quite frankly. All right, I'm getting a little off track here. I think I'm done with my horn study of this. I'm gonna give myself 5 minutes since it's already 11:40. We're gonna pick a Triceratops or 3. Can I edit the canvas size? Yeah, perfect. Get about me. Go on. Just gonna draw on this. Alright, let's do somebody who's got... Somebody's got some cool looking... I mean, these all have cool looking horns, but... I'm gonna go ahead and take these out. I like those horns a lot. I'm gonna try and do the funny looking one just because it's funny. Oh, it's actually harder to pick than I thought it would be. Look at that crest on this guy. Would you count a crest as a horn shape? Crest and frills, definitely not a horn shape, but they do end in spikes. I like that crest. We'll do that one. These funny down horns are just, yeah, they're funny. They're funny, aren't they? Look at those. Just let it be. Where did it go? I like these really swooshy ones. Swooshy is the official term, in case you were wondering. Look how flat the top of that one is. It's very funny. Okay. Narrowing it down here. Just making room to draw things. That's all this is. Taking out some ones that I'm like probably not gonna do a study of. Good old Styracosaurus. I do like the over the eyebrow horn a lot. Wait, did I? This one looks like it's missing something. Okay. I'm gonna copy some of these frills, even though they may not count as horns, just because these are, like, look at these fun shapes. These are gonna be quick. I'm not trying to be super accurate here, but I do want to look at, yeah, some of this stuff. Like that would be a really fun, I mean, it already kind of looks like it, frankly. Kind of already looks like a dragon. And this is why I just still feel like there has to be something somewhere in human history to the theory of, wow, I drew his face so much bigger because I clearly just liked it so much. To the fossils discovered, guy or woman or whoever invents dinosaur for that region because trying to explain crazy bones. That is not what I'm trying to do, paint tool say. There we go. This hooky nose boy. Ridiculous. Also, check out these fun patterns this artist did. I kind of want to make it like this or something. It just, I don't know, something about that shape I don't buy. It looks like it's melted. I don't know. Maybe I'm just hurting his feelings, poor guy. Nope. I really want to add some horns there. Just feels right. And look at these. Like, these look so similar to me. I'm getting Pachycephalosaurus Stygimoloch Dracorex vibes, guys. I like this one a little bit. It's hard to see. Just kind of idea gathering, but like this one has it too. But this frill, like if I were to draw it bigger, it almost looks like here's the spike, but then it's like so positioned that it looks like the bottom of the spike is like poking out on top or something. Like I know that's not what's happening, but it's pretty fun to play with. Guys, my pinky is cramping from all of the Control-Z that I'm doing. Oh, I just remembered I was going to color that rhino. Look at this one. This one's fun. A lot going on here. So it's got spikes here and they kind of curve at the top, which is really fun. And then they've got little like osteoderm type scale things sticking up right here. She talks to me. That one's fun. I like that one. This just looks like, okay, so remember what I said about the water buffalo? Like, how it just looks like a guy with a bad toupee? I'm sorry, but like, what are these? And how are they not? They just look like wilty hairs. Like this dino as a human is totally... He's even got sad eyebrows. This is like a sad old man dinosaur. I don't know, guys. Oops, I forgot I just colored over. There we go. Yeah, tell me about it. I think there's a hypothesis that griffins are based on Triceratops fossils. I heard about that recently, but I think it was disproven. But yeah, I heard that there was somebody trying to make that argument recently. I'd never heard of it before. Like, it was proven that the idea for griffins was well, like, predated the discovery of this, what was it, was it Psittacosaurus? It was one of the small ceratopsians. It's whichever one that Bix is in Dinotopia. I forget the name. Like, your ancestors said some of the cool storm. Wait, hold on. I missed something. Some funky... Yeah, they are really funky, aren't they? They just happen to all be high fantasies. That's probably why I'm getting confused, honestly. Different world, different developers. Yeah, I have no idea why I made that connection. Just don't mind me, guys. Don't know anything about games. Just want to play them. Maybe it's the similarities. Yeah, maybe I probably just got confused. It's like, maybe it could be that somebody recommended me Baldur's Gate after I told them I got Elder Scrolls, and maybe in my head I just got them connected. It's like Disney and Universal. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Pentaceratops? Which one's that? Hold on. Pentaceratops has that square frill that looks like someone attached a string to the center? Hold on. Pentaceratops. I'm gonna look that up. Oh yeah, no, that's great. I think it might... I think I kept that one on here, didn't I? I like that. That frill-shaped design is one of my favorites, for sure. Did I erase that one? Or no, is it this one? No. I don't know. It's on here somewhere, I think. Maybe this one? They look really similar, honestly. It just has down pointy horns. Which one are you? Are you this one, maybe? Oh, this one's got like a really deep... Oh, a really deep one. Maybe I don't have that one on here. I don't see... I think it might be this guy right here. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway. You dare. My hot take. Triceratops is the least interesting of all the ceratopsians. Oh, you mean Triceratops itself. Yeah, I see what you mean. So these are all ceratopsians. Triceratops is like a really basic one. Yeah. Well. Yeah. I see what you mean. It has like a very basic frill design, maybe. But you know, some of that honestly could just be, isn't this Triceratops right here, maybe? One of these? Maybe this one? I feel like we're kind of biased, right? Because like Triceratops is the best known, so that could be why we're the most used to it. Like, your ancestors have some of the coolest ornamentation in the animal kingdom, and you said no thanks? Yeah. I do dare. Oh, that's true, that's true. I know, didn't anyone ever tell you not to speak ill of the dead? Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm terrible. Since ceratopsian species were named mostly by splitters, people who see the tiniest morphological differences in fossil and name it a new species. Yeah, that's what they seem like. Like, they really do seem like different growth stages of each other, a lot of these. And so I'd love to know which ones we actually think are new versus which ones we think might be like a juvenile version of this one. It seems like a simple histological examination would really solve that issue. You know what I mean? If you look up Rubiosaurus, it automatically redirects to Styracosaurus. Oh. Let me see. Rubiosaurus. Yeah, oh, so is that the ones I was pointing at? Is that these two? Yeah, because they're the same. Like, is that the, did I get that one right? Oh, I feel so good. I did a thing, guys. I did a thing. Bix was a Protoceratops. Okay. Because I think it was the Protoceratops that they said they thought was like griffins came from, maybe? Oh, carpal tunnel stretch. I'll get the sticks. Yeah, poor Maze. He is a big Triceratops fan. Look, I don't know. I don't think that Salamander is saying that they hate Triceratops. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sloppy. But I feel like they're just maybe saying it could be better. A lion skeleton from a tiger skeleton. The only thing I think I would notice would be the length of the arms, maybe? I don't know, actually. That's a great... Oh, what a fun exercise. Hold on. Lion skeleton. I think if I could see how big they were. But yeah, you're probably right. They're probably really similar. So there's a lion. Tiger. I think tigers have a bigger head compared to body size, but I could be wrong. I don't draw a lot of tigers, to be honest. And then I know that the arms of the lion are supposed to be very, like, they have very long, like, limbs. But yeah, they're pretty darn close. I'm sure there's some difference. Like, I can see a difference in the skull a little bit. Not much, though. I feel like the paws are bigger in the tiger. But yeah, they're pretty darn close. Well, maybe not. Maybe that was just a bad skeleton picture. It's so hard to tell, too, because you never really know what you're getting on Google Images. Yeah. I bet teeth size is a little different. Maybe not. I don't know. I've never thought about that before. That's really interesting. I think... Oh no, that's a saber-toothed tiger. It's like, yeah, the teeth are a lot bigger. Wow. No, not a saber-toothed tiger. Just a regular tiger, guys. Yeah, it's pretty tough to say. And honestly, their legs aren't as long as I thought they were. Maybe I'm getting that confused with a tiger. I feel like one of them I've heard multiple times has a really long leg to body size ratio. I don't know. Yeah, I can't tell the difference at all. You're definitely not wrong. Alright, let's do... I think I just like these crest shapes, to be honest. Let's do this guy. He's got kind of a fun head shield. I like the little sad ones on top. They're just kind of like, meh. Da, 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 that I want to. I do like these little things. Do we know for sure they had those? Those little, are these called osteoderms? These little nobbins? I think nobbins might be the official term. Alright, I think I'll save these for tomorrow. Maybe just look at them when we design our dragon. I like this one too. It's kind of fun. Although it looks really similar to the one I just made. Maybe that's why I like it. I still don't really understand the purpose of these things that come out and like stick out of this shield. It's like a really weird... I don't know. Anyway, okay. Where's my rhino? We're gonna end on a rhino. I'm gonna color something, dang it. I'm gonna be lazy though. Just gonna select the whole thing. just a shot away. Just a shot away. Rhinos remind me of tapirs. They have really similar faces. I wonder, I think, are they might be in the same family. Actually, now that I think of it. I feel like I chose the wrong color here. Made it too purple. It's okay, we're not trying to be exact, we're just playfully learning here. I like how squeaky she is. This lady singing. That's all. That's my random observation that nobody asked for. Alright, I think I'm about done here today, guys. Gotta get on some other projects, but this has been a good warm-up stream. Thanks for hanging out while I doodled some horns. I hope other folks got something out of it too, even if you didn't doodle. It's totally fine. But I hope some people did doodle, even if you're not wanting to share. If you did do anything that you want to share, you can always share that in the Discord. I have a whole section devoted to these warm-up streams. So yeah, feel free to do that. Type ! Discord. I will do it for you in just a second. There we go. Gotta give that soul dot in the eyeball here. I know those colors aren't right, but that's fine. I'm not too worried about it. But anyway, I'm going to be back on stream tomorrow for warm-ups. I don't normally do Tuesday streams, so if anybody happened to find me last Tuesday, sorry, but that was a special stream. That was just because it was Draw a Dinosaur Day, so I was doing an extra stream that day. Every once in a while I might throw in an extra Tuesday stream like that, but for the most part, my schedule is Monday and Wednesday for my big streams, and then in the morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I do these warm-up streams, so I guess it's okay that we went a little longer because I won't be back on today. But we're gonna, let's go out on this angry, totally forgot I did that. Yeah, it's funny. This angry guy down here, let's make him less angry. Yeah, so that's it for today, guys. Thanks for hanging. Feel free to, oh, thanks, Amaze. Beat me to it. There's the Discord link and the social medias. If you need the social medias, that's where they are. And I'm gonna find someone to raid. Let's see if there's any art streamers on. It's typically who I try to raid. Oh, hydrate. Did I already do that? Sorry. Let me hydrate really fast. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. As always, thanks for the company. I do appreciate it. Keeps me accountable and makes me actually do these studies, which I've been meaning to do for years. So appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let me make sure I think I missed a lot of chat. Hold on. Size difference not enough. Yeah, no, you're right for sure. I think they'd have to check the growth definitely in the different dino bones. So would you expect to be rare for a fossil animal to reach the elder stage to be rare? No, that makes sense for sure. Denver said this. We're under restriction. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about the bendy horn. Honestly, I did hydrate. Largely discounted as damage. Fenestration. Hold on, I'm gonna copy that. See, I knew I needed to read chat. Sorry, I know I was trying to do my outro, guys, but I gotta learn things real quick. So somehow I bookmarked the word fenestration just now. don't know how that happened, but we're gonna actually type that in. I'll figure out how to get rid of that later. Thank you for that. It would make, yeah, Occam's razor for sure should be applied more often. I'm trying to explain simply and getting beat up by my cat. Oh no, I'm sorry. All right, cool. Well, thanks for the facts, Sloppy. I appreciate that, and thanks for hanging out, everybody. Yeah, no worries. No need to show anything anyone's working on Lego Core, but if anyone wants to show things, I'm always happy to see them. I get very inspired when I see people sharing their work, so anybody who wants to, whether it's warm-ups or otherwise, welcome to do that in Discord. But let's go find an artist to raid. Doop, doop, doop. Oh, here's somebody who's... oh, shoot. Should I... Hold on. I'm torn, because I wanna raid both of these people. I feel like we've raided Chicory a lot. I'll raid her next time. I really like this guy's work, and it looks like he is doing some very cute art. This is someone I stumbled across. They do a lot of Pokemon stuff. His name Duke Hoover. I really enjoy their stuff, so... Let's go raid him and see what he's up to. I haven't been in a stream in a while, so if you guys want to hang out and be inspired by more art, follow me to Duke's stream, and if not, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. So yeah, have a good one, guys. Peace.